All right. Good day, my friends. Welcome to the Pain and Performance Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Derrick Hines. If you don't know who I am, I'm the founder of Acadiana Pain and Performance and Hero Health, where we integrate the latest technology, science, and research with the best treatment to give our patients faster, deeper healing and help them live healthier lives. And part of that is giving information for us to take action on. And that's what we do here on the Pain and Performance Podcast. So today I want to talk about protein. Are you getting enough protein? There was a study that I've been talking about for quite a while that looked at higher protein intake during resistance training. And this was Dr. Colleen McKenna who did the study. And basically what they studied or what they looked at was if you went from 0.45 grams per pound, so like moderate protein intake, to about 0.7 grams per pound. So not quite double, but getting about 70% of your body weight in grams. So, if you're a 200-pound person, you'd be getting 140 grams of protein a day. And they wanted to see what just that little increase did to training for people. So they had middle-aged adults going through resistance training. So these the everyday person, so to speak. Both of the groups, to be clear, gain muscle mass, strength. But the very interesting caveat was that the training group gained 27% more muscle mass and 10% more strength. So almost a third improvement by increasing their protein intake. That is massive. That is such a big change by prioritizing protein. And if we look at the studies around muscle mass and strength, it's so important when it comes to health and aging that this is such an easy thing for us to do whenever we are trying to go through training. So what this tells us is we need to make sure that we're prioritizing protein. You can increase your gains by a third. You can increase your muscle gains by a third by getting 70% of your body weight in protein. Now, that's probably easier said than done for some people. So if you're the average person and you get a decent breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a few snacks in there, what I find is that leaves me roughly 30 grams short of my protein goal. Look, you can calculate for this for yourself, but I tend to need a little protein shake somewhere in my morning to hit my protein goal. So track it. You got to track for a little while, at least just track protein. You don't have to track every calorie or any of that stuff, but start tracking some protein. And what this study and quite a few others have found is that if you can increase that protein intake, you're going to increase your muscle mass and your strength to a higher degree when paired with strength training. So we're getting closer to a new year. Everybody's got kind of new year, new me, and we're trying to build strength. We're often trying to build strength for patients. And one of the things we tell them is look, you got to start increasing your protein intake, or you can do all the right work. You can be working out and doing all the right things, but your body doesn't have the raw material to build the muscle that you're telling it to build. And guess what? You're not going to get all of it that you should. This says you're going to get 70% of the gains. So you could increase that by 30%. Really cool study. And I think that's something that all of us can start looking at. Make sure, ideally these are good, high quality proteins. I love getting my protein through real foods if you possibly can. I started making deer jerky as a protein snack, to be honest. That's what I was doing. But there's a bunch of really good ones out there. Maui Nui does Axis out of Hawaii and has really good protein content. They actually have crazy high protein content in their bone broth. So that's another way that you could do this. I know some people are kind of drinking that just to get like a little extra protein in. So there's a lot of ways you can do it depending on how you eat and what your dietary habits are. But prioritize your protein with your training, and you'll see better results across the board. So that's all I got for you. Think about that. How can you work that into your life, folks? Remember to do one thing to keep that momentum today. Keep that momentum going, getting healthier, getting stronger, eating better, pour into your relationships. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day, my friends. Talk to y'all tomorrow.